Happy Saturday! This is our daily tarot. We have an opening card of the Four of Wands. The challenge today, the King of Cups. The way we're going to get through the challenge as the Four of Cups. So 2 fours. And then we have the final outcome being the Empress. So, what are we working with today? Well, we are trying to bring some kind of sense of stability to some endeavor or effort that we've had and been putting toward in our lives. So consider that the wand is our will. And if you have 4 wands, well, then you have stabilized will. And so this is bringing up, when can we determine like when it's good to rest versus like engage in activity, because we have this stabilized effort, right? When do you apply your effort and when do you actually recede and stay where you're at? And this comes in because today we might be faced with a little bit of a volatile situation. The King of Cups is referring to this fixed water energy, which is fixed emotions and something going on underneath the surface that maybe we're working with because we don't want to upset this sense of security and safety in our lives. Now, the way we're going to get through the challenge is another 4, as I had said, the 4 of Cups. So in the 4 of Cups, we have this person leaning up against a tree. There's 3 cups in front of them, and then 1 cup that's coming in from the clouds. And this is this idea of a sense of dissatisfaction in our emotional experience, in our relationships, just in general, because the person has these 3 cups, which is typically associated with this ideal situation, but something is coming in that's stirring the pot and stirring the question, and it's making us look at this idea of happiness and if it is actually something that is determined by the outside situation or if it's actually determined by the inner situation. And so what this brings up to me, especially with the Empress showing up as our ultimate outcome today, is that we may be put in some kind of situation that kind of pushes our buttons a little bit today, and it's up to us to decide if we want to engage or not. Now consider, what does your happiness ultimately depend on? And is it peacefulness? Is it a sense of being able to have control over your own center? You know, so someone doesn't necessarily trigger you and make you kind of go off the handle. So the Empress card is all about this energy of the doorway that we're passing through. It's related to this mothering energy of something that's in preparation. And it reminds us that the way that we look at things can open doorways. So if you're in a situation today that is a bit volatile and it's stirring your discontent, consider that it's just a moment that you're working through. And if you take a couple steps back from a place of observation, you might be able to see where that person's coming from and not be so identified with who they're showing up as if it's a personal attack on who you are, but that it's something to work through and it's something to observe. And so ask yourself what you're nurturing by where you put your attention and where you put your effort. If it's a volatile situation that just like spins you off into a whole nother land, that's the doorway that you're going through. If you decide which doorway you want to go through, right? Doorway number 2, doorway number 1, like crazy volatile person that I want to engage with, improve myself with. Doorway number 2, reflection. Doorway number 3, the unknown. So let's just try to do something other than maybe what we would typically do if our emotions tend to get engaged in something really easily. What does it mean if we like hold something back and just observe the situation, pass through the situation and witness it? Consider that Venus, which is ultimately who governs this card of the Empress, she has an energy to her that is unmovable. And there's some quality in you that is very much like that. You are a person of your environment, a person who has a strong nature and even an honorable nature. And so how do you show up to a situation when someone is threatening your safety and security? Where does your confidence come from? Know that I believe in you, and a lot of other people believe in you too. And ultimately, when we can see different aspects of ourselves and not be as identified with them, it gives us some space to choose which door we want to walk through. And that's ultimately where new opportunities come in. I send you all a good wish today on Saturday, and I will see you again soon. I hope you have a lovely day. Walk through the door you want to walk through.